We're back here. Memories of the Boston Garden with promoter A4. We got a great guest for you right here in Saugus. Can you believe it? We flew him in from the Dominican Republic. We got him on the plane. We got him on the train. We got him on the back. We got him right here in Saugus. Astro Man. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back, baby. You're back
Rocky,
here.
thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And you know, we got a lot of great things to talk about this week on Memories of the Boston Garden with Abe Ford. We go on and on. We want to talk about a couple of things. We want to say sorry for Scott Hall, 1958 to 1922. 1922, I tell you, it's crazy. He just had a bad, I believe he had a hip operation and it didn't work out too well. Ended up with some blood clots. But rest in peace, Scott Hall. Rest in peace, straight from EPW and all the great things that he's done and all the great things. But let's get back to the memories of the Boston Garden with Abe Ford. All the great names we had here in Boston. Oh, Abe Ford was a great promoter, as we well know. And we're going to show you this week some great things. We're going to talk about some great matches that this man and myself, I believe that was down in California, I believe at the Cauliflower Alley. But, you know, some of the things that are going on. We're going to talk to Astro Man about that big show. And there's another shot of me and Abe Ford going back. I believe that was Marshfield Fair with the New England Championship belt. And but Astro Man, tell us about what's been going on. We got this new thing coming up that you did in January. Yeah, you get it all down there. Tell us a little bit about what was going on and how it was going on and who was going on.
Thank you, Rocky, very much. Appreciate it for the opportunity. Let me tell you something, Rocky. First of all, I want to say check out and thank you very much to the Council in Dominican Republic right here in Boston, Massachusetts, el señor Ramón Antonio Cruz, one of the person, without him, this show will be I'm telling you, will be impossible. And for all my heart, I want to say thank you very much. And all these people in Puerto Plata de Fiesta, the show, the event, we went to Puerto Plata, they call it Puerto Plata de Fiesta, Rocky Raymond, una capacidad excelente, the capacity way. I can't believe how many people love the wrestling in DR, Rocky.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The wrestling around here is going, and you know, some of the areas from the promotions. But we know the Latino Wrestling Alliance is alive and well in the Dominican Republic. And we're going to show you right now some clips, and then we're going to come back and talk to you more about it right here on Memories of the Boston Garden.
fiesta. Gracias a los líderes de Puerto Plata que nos acompañaron. Gracias a las autoridades que vinieron con nosotros. Gracias al inicio y al equipo de deporte que participaron con nosotros. También a los payasos y a todos los proponentes de Puerto Plata de fiesta. Muchísimas gracias.
All right, we're back here just to show you a little bit what was going on in the Dominican Republic. Can you believe that crowd? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fantastico, as they would say down there, huh?
Mucho bueno, Rocky, excelente.
And the kids,
De nuevo, Rocky Raymond, voy a agradecer también a todo ese elenco que participó en Puerto Plata de Fiesta, como ese señor Elpidio Núñez, el vegano number one, Black Panther, la Bella Salúa, que es la primera dama luchadora en República Dominicana, al igual que árbitro en estos momentos, que es la Bella Salúa. Mi shout out to her right now, right here, Rocky Raymond.
Well, I tell you right now, that crowd was unbelievable. Nothing like some of the crowds I've seen in the last probably 3, 4, 5 years, but I haven't gone anywhere. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. But around here, I tell you, that wrestling would go big, and of course, all those kids loved it. And, you know, the Boston bad boy, Rocky Raymond. I'd like to go and get a little toy, too. You know,
I want to tell you, Rocky Raymond, right
Free
here,
toys.
in front of all these fans you have right now, make sure you get your passport ready, because you coming to the DR, Dominican Republic, next time.
Well, we'll see if we can don the tights again. There's not too many people going to work against me. I was kind of stiff back in the day, but what are you going to do?
We'll be happy just to have you over there.
Well, you know, you've been on all my shows here in New England, all over the Northeast here. We've had a lot of great shows with you. You've been on all my shows. You've come down when I want you. You know, you come in, you got some free time to come down here. The Saugus Community TV, you better believe it. You better believe it right now. You know why? I'm telling you, the Boston Bad Boy. If you want the best, forget the rest. We got the cameras. We got the zooms. We got the booms. We got the people in the back. We got the people on computers right now getting news, getting all the great news from Saugus, all the things that are going on. That's right. And you know what? It's baseball season too, you know. Don't forget, the Boston Bad Boy watches baseball too, and we got a ball right here. That's right, I caught this ball at Fenway Park, and you know what? It's signed, the Boston Bad Boy, so you never know. It might be coming up for auction right now. Get down to Fenway Park, get out of the house, but of course, don't forget to watch this show. It's going to be on, that's right, Sunday at 3 o'clock. You watch it, Memories of the Boston Garden with promoter Abe Ford. We got all the great things that happened. We got some great names coming down. We got some referees from the Boston Garden that are signed to come down. We got some lady wrestlers that might come down. And we got the man right now, the Dominican heavyweight wrestling champion, Astro Man, right here in York Sorcerer Community TV. What? You know what it is. Come on. It's community TV, Saugus Community TV. If you want the best, forget the rest. We got beautiful things going on. We got cooking shows. We got people coming on. We got another guy that come in and open up our show. You know him? Mr. Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not going to say his name because you know what? They'll be breaking the doors down to get back in here. And this guy right here, he's going to be wrestling in New England this summer. Watch it. It might be Bangor, Maine. It might be somewhere down on the coast. Labor Day weekend. Might be the 4th of July. Might be no jive. Now let's get back to some programs from the Boston Garden, will we? Come on. Let's get one shot up there. But Pedro Morales. Come on, let's get him on there. There he is. Pedro Morales is a Latin superstar. He was a big guy. Oh, yeah. He was 240 pounds, the youngest wrestler. He started wrestling at 16 years old from Claribra, Puerto Rico. There's one shot with Gorilla Monsoon. And, you know, Monsoon was his mentor because Pedro didn't know too much English. And they used to say, that's how I used to make my money, because he'd speak with a broken English and he'd get his way, and that's the way he would do it. Let's get a shot of that program from the Boston Garden, the inside shot of some of the matches. There we go. We got it right there. That was Big Black Jack Mulligan with the Grand Wizard. Do you believe it? The Grand Wizard. This wrestling card, Friday, March 26th, wrestling program from the World Wrestling Federation, better known then back as Worldwide Wrestling Federation. The main event that night, Pedro Morales against Dick the Bulldog Brower. Battle of the Giants, Monsoon against Blackjack Mulligan. Beautiful Bobby from Hollywood against Pete Sanchez. And the bonus bout, Tony Marino versus Manuel Soto. A mighty midget match, Little Brutus and Sky Lolo against the Haiti Kid and Sonny Boy Cassidy. Gene Dubois against Vincente Promenti. Johnny Rods versus Lee Wong from Hong Kong. Mike Conrad against Joe Cardinale. And that was the big show that month from the Boston Garden. And beautiful Bobby on the bottom, Sky Lolo. And Jake the Bulldog Brow. You know, he was in the KKK, you know, Victor. And you know, that's what it was. He was in the KKK, and he was a crazy, crazy man. And I know you used to like the wrestling from the Garden with Victor Rivera, Pedro Morales. They had some Spanish wrestlers, or they called Latino wrestling back then. But Victor Rivera was the big one in Boston before Morales. Then it was Pedro Morales. I wrestled with Luis Martinez down in the Worldwide Wrestling with Bruno Sammartino Jr. and Larry Zbyszko when they started that feud up. And all the great things. And let's get another program up. Here's one right here. This one's an old one, boy. Pedro Morales was in the main event against Jimmy Valiant. Oh, my good God. And the printing part of the program with the bouts, if you have that, there it is. We got the Mad Russians on the bottom. Morales gets his feet, goes feet first against Jimmy Valiant. He was only Jimmy Valiant back then, Handsome Jimmy. The main event was Pedro Morales against Jimmy Valiant, Tag Team Championship, Tarzan Tyler and Luke Graham against Gorilla Monsoon and Victor Rivera. Chief J. Strongbow, the Italian Indian, against Stan the Man Stasiak. And they had the Russians 1 and 2 against Mike Conrad and Rene Goulet. Fred Blassie, the Pacific Coast champ, against Beautiful Bobby. Kyle Gotch against Manuel Soto. And that was another great match from the Boston Garden. Look at the matches they had. Great, great shows. All the matches, it wasn't month after month. They wouldn't have the same matches like you have on TV. If they're not on Raw, they're on SmackDown, the same thing over and over again, like playing a 45, that over and over again. The same bouts, the same thing. In the Boston Garden days with Abe Ford, every show was different, Astro Man. It was like a chain. The match lead to the next match.
Back
the next
to back
thing
to back to back.
And what it was, that's what it was. It wasn't like now, where you got to see him 99 times on the same show, doing 99 different things. Now tell us a little bit more about this Latino wrestling. Is it going to be coming back this summer? Are you trying to get something going on with it? Or is there anything new you're trying to get up here in Boston? This Mr. Cruz, he's from Boston, I believe.
He's a counselor in Boston, Massachusetts, from the Dominican Republic, Dominican counselor. At the same time, Rocky Raymond, make sure you guys understand, I already told you, you coming to the art with us next time. You heard it right here in this show, APW, the first and number one show of wrestling around New England. First of all, we're trying to put a show together right here in Boston, Massachusetts. The same time in Providence, Rhode Island. The same time in Pexamboy, New Jersey. We're trying to do these 3 shows. LAW against...
Well, you got some big names that you could possibly bring in from the Dominican Republic. What are some of the names? I know there's a couple of guys. You got the clown over there. What's the clown's name over there?
The clown, the evil clown.
The evil clown, okay.
Yeah, he's a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's heels and there's tails, and who's good, who's bad, who's not, who isn't, 1 week, whatever. But I did get to see a couple of things recently. I guess the Hardy Boys are back. They're barely been able to get off the mat, but I seen one of them last night. They do pretty good for their age, I guess. And you got to keep going. That's what it gets in your blood, and you don't want to stop. I got guys that are still wrestling, and at 70 years old, I still stay in contact with the Iron Sheik from Iran, Tehran. Iran #1, Sheik #1. That's right. He's still around. He's still talking. He's still kicking. And a lot of the great names, Axe Demolition, I still stay in contact with them. Luke the Bushwhacker, a lot of them. The Warlord, like I said, we're losing them left and right, and it's really awful. I mean, some of the things. And I got this shirt on here with my friend Vinny, Big Vinny Aiello. Where is he? Big Vinny's down here, and you know, he was up there at Laconia. They had a big time for him. Big Vinny Aiello. Vinny DiColigiero is a big guy, a great friend of mine. I miss him very dearly. We're just losing too many people too fast. I mean,
Yes.
and what's going on with the world, with the war and everything else, with Ukraine and the gas price and people's attitudes, let me tell you, they need a good entertainment. Like, you know, someone said, I'm not a professional wrestler. Bullshit, I'm not. I am a professional wrestler. I'm not a professional entertainer. I am not going to stand there and take one of those hurricanes and let you jump up on me. It's going to be like this. Your legs will go down, your neck will go bang, and that'll be that. I was trained by a couple of rough guys. Rubber Bob Russell, the original Mass Marvel. Killer Kowalski, back in his day when he could say 2 and 2 is 4. And, you know, the whole 9 yards. I trained with all the great guys. Don Kent from the Kangaroos down in Florida. Les Thornton, all the great names, the NWA stars. I wrestled them all. Terry Allen, Scott McGee, the names go on and on. But let me tell you, when you get into entertainment wrestling, that's when you separate my theory and the new theory. I'm not with the new theory. Boston guy, an 8-4 promoter, promoters that would promote guys that come onto the ring, put their boots and tights on, and give you exactly what it said on the marquee: professional wrestling. And that's what a lot of people are missing. And I tell you right now, you're not going to miss it here, because you're going to see it all. From where? The Boston Garden. With who? The Boston Bad Boy. With the promoter, Abe Ford. So let me tell you right now, let's go to the part of the program that we call, that's right, Memories of the Boston Garden. This week we're going to have Pedro Morales. It's not going to be Boston, it's going to be Madison Square Garden, but at least it has a garden on the end of it. Pedro Morales against George the Animal Steele. Hey, you. Right now, let's go to it.
Little Jim and Savoli. Oh, I'm so elated. I can only be here. It's me. It's BBB. We're here with the Great Eight and the living legend, Bruno Martino. All you people, watch it from 10 to 11. It's the best of Empire Pro Wrestling with this man, the living legend. Tell him, Bruno.
That's right. Be sure and watch it, because if you want to see the best of yesteryear and whatever, this is the place to be.
Be there.
And we're back at Madison Square Garden. Pedro Morales defending his Worldwide Wrestling Federation World title against George the Animal Steele, the Detroit Destroyer. An evil man in the ring, an evil man outside the ring, an unhappy groveler. As you can see, the bald head, the unpredictable look in the eye, the hair like an animal, like an ape, the same old wrestling attire. And coming to the ring now, Pedro Morales, the champion, the people's champion from Puerto Rico. Coming into the ring now with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship belt, Pedro Morales. Oh, George Steele attacks him before the bell as he puts some heavy blows on Pedro Morales now. Rights and lefts, and he's jogging him over that top rope. Morales sent sailing over that top rope as the animal now, the unpredictable animal. Morales outside on that hard concrete floor. Pedro Morales caught off guard before the bell. George the Animal Steele, the Detroit Destroyer. Evil-looking groveler. Hairy like man, ape-like actions. Oh, he's got Morales by the hair. Oh, he rammed his head down on that ring apron. Look at this animal. He's telling the crowd. Nick Crow, the referee. Pedro Morales outside the ring now. Trying to get back into the ring now, get back into this match. And it's George Steele now. He rams his head into that steel corner post now. Pedro Morales. Get rammed in that steel post by George the Animal Steele, the Detroit Destroyer. The man that eats turnbuckles, chews on paper cups, swill, garbage barrels. He goes in barrels, chews on food. He's an animal. He's unpredictable. Hairy like man, ape-like moves. And he's taunting Pedro. Pedro now back up. Rams him into that steel post again, and Morales down on the mat now as you see the referee Nick Crow telling Steele, stay in the corner, let the man back on his feet. The animal now like a cat, back and forth, cat and mouse game now as the referee trying to keep him in this corner, trying to get Morales back into the ring now as Pedro lost here. George Steele now got him by the ear. Pushing him back to the corner now. Oh, a big left hand. A second left hand. Oh, George Steele. Oh, he reeled him over that top rope again. Pedro Morales down on the concrete floor here in Madison Square Garden. Unbelievable action here. On the best of Madison Square Garden. I can't believe it. I'm so elated. It's Pedro Morales and George Steele. Oh, he rammed him into this corner again. That steel post will not move. Morales could have a shoulder injury now. As the animal, the Detroit Destroyer, Morales hooks in the ring now. Oh, big left hand into the breadbasket now. Pedro Hart, the Latin heartthrob, as the animal now. Set and rhythm by Pedro Morales. One of the most powerful left hand in all of professional wrestling now. George the Animal Steele now down on the mat. And the referee pushing back Pedro. And Pedro wants some kind of action. He wants to get into this match now. And Steele now hanging on the ropes. Pedro anxious to get his hands on the animal. And it's George the Animal Steele now trying to get back to his feet. Oh, big boot by Pedro Morales. Field goal, sending him outside the ring now. Half in the ring, half out of the ring. It's George the Animal Steele. Pedro now pulling him up now by his tights. It's Pedro Morales. Getting George the Animal Steele up to his feet. And is he return the favor? Oh, he ran him into that turnbuckle. And George the Animal Steele now on the receiving end of Pedro Morales. And our referee backing up Pedro. Pedro's back out there with a big boot to the side of the head of the Animal. Another one. These are the great mat classics from Madison Square Garden. These are the legends of professional wrestling, the foundation. These are the wrestlers that made wrestling what it is today. George the Animal Steele, watch out, he's got a foreign object. He's got a foreign object in his hand now. Known for those foreign objects is George the Animal Steele. As you can see in his right hand now, Pedro anxious. Oh, he launched it into the throat of Pedro Morales. He launched it. Looks to be some kind of a foreign object. And our referee, Nick Crow, look at the Animal go wild on Pedro. Pedro comes back with a right hand of his own. A big boot to the midsection. Pedro, a southpaw. Oh, he nailed him with that one. George the Animal Steele now. Oh, he stuck it in his throat again. Looks like a pencil of some sort. He's got it in his mouth, underneath his armpit. A master of concealing the foreign object. He's putting the boots to Pedro. Jumping up and down on that left hand of Pedro Morales. Oh, a big left hand to the belly of another one now. George the Animal Steele said, reeling. Pedro. Oh, what a left on the side of the head of the Animal. And Morales choking, viciously choking. He can't hold it back. He's choking away at the Animal. And our referee, Nick Crow. Come on, Pedro's trying to bring. Oh, he's stabbing him. Pedro now. Pedro's biting the hand of George Steele. He wants that foreign object. Pedro now. Trying for that foreign object now. Looks like Pedro got that foreign object. George the Animal Steele wants no part of the Latin heartthrob. George the Animal Steele, the Detroit Destroyer, the groveling, hairy, ape-like man. Pedro, oh, a big left hand now. Georgie gasping for air. Down on that mat, it's George the Animal Steele, leveled by the left hand of Pedro, and a big left boot to the side of the head of George the Animal Steele. Unbelievable action here. Oh, George Steele hit him with a low blow. Pedro down on the mat now. And our referee, Nick Cole. Georgie working on that left arm of Pedro Morales. He's stomping it. He's trying to stop the life. He's got him up in that hammerlock. Got him up in that flying hammerlock. George the Animal Steele's finishing move. Pedro now. Getting the boots put to him again. He's working on that left arm of Pedro Morales. Still looking for submission to win the World Championship here in Madison Square Garden. Over the back, it's Pedro. Big drop kick by Morales. Steele sent reeling. Pedro's going up to the top rope. He's going high. Flying body press by Morales. There it is. Pedro Morales defends the World Championship here in Madison Square Garden. Unbelievable action. George the Animal Steele defeated by Pedro Morales. The Latin heartthrob from Puerto Rico. All the fans here in New York, they're going bananas right now. Pedro's still hurt. And the winner of the fall in the match, Pedro Morales. There's that Animal, that groveling, smelly, old Animal, George the Animal Steele. He wants some more. Pedro's going to give it to him. Over the top, that hairy ape. Groveling ring attire. Smelly old man. Not much of a wrestler. Evil in the ring, evil outside the ring. George the Animal Steele, the Animal. Sent railing by Morales. Morales gave him a beating. He deserved a beating. Morales gave him a beating. Right here in Madison Square Garden, as you see all the flags getting thrown in the ring. The Puerto Rican American flag and Pedro Morales The crowd loves him. The Puerto Rican heartthrob. 240 pounds in the greatest shape of his life. One of the greatest world champions here in New York City. Pedro Morales. Oh, we got the best of Madison Square Garden. Don't go away. We got another great match coming at you. Oh, yeah. The best of Madison Square Garden. And the crowd here in New York, they just love the wrestling action. And there's a couple of New York's city's finest. And there's Judge Macropolis, the Chatterbox Chatter.
All right here with the Rocky Raymond baseball. You know, I won this ball. No, I didn't win it. I caught this ball. No, I didn't catch it. No.
You
Did
steal
give me
that
this
ball?
Did you give me this ball?
No. How you get that ball, Rocky?
Did you make the sauce?
Yes, I did.
I made the sauce.
Yes.
You got the sauce? All right, we got the sauce right here. Sagas TV. We got the ball. We got the sauce. It's baseball season. Oh, yeah, we got it all right here. Saturday mornings, we got a whole new loop. That's right. We got it from 10 to 11, 11 to 12, 12 to 1. Have some more fun. Watch all the wrestling you want. We got legends. We got the best of the best, and we got the new one. We got the new one, Astro Man. Memories from the Boston Garden. Promoter Abe Ford. With your host, who do you think the host is?
Who you think it is? You, Rocky Raymond.
Hey.
You are the best host right here
In New England, Rocky Raymond.
It's a high fly.
The man right here, the only one.
It's a
Rocky
high fly. It's a
Raymond.
high fly. All right, we're back here. Unbelievable. We're going to see some great things from Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden. We might even go to Private Civic Center. Who knows? I've been all over, coast to coast and border to border. Right now, we're going to go to that program right there. We're going to go to Wrestling from the Garden. That's right. We're going to do it all right here. We're going to read you one of the big shows. Wrestling in the Garden. That's right. Battle for New York. That's right. We got it all right here. We got works, shoots, double crosses, and all that good stuff. And we're going to show you the show that everyone talks about. Everyone talks about this show. We're going to read into it. This was the Rogers to Test San Martino. Bruno San Martino, 26-year-old, undefeated Abruzzi strong boy with the 58-inch chest expansion, has signed to wrestle Buddy Nature Boy Rogers, WWF Kingpin, in a grudge match at Madison Square Garden on Friday, May 17. This is their first meeting in New York, and it was a sold-out crowd. That's right. Promoter Walter Johnson announces that wrestling will continue on Friday nights in 8th Avenue Arena during the summer months. Okay, here's that big card. Madison Square Garden, May 17th, 1963. The attendance was 19,648. The cash, $58,966.10. And it was the Worldwide Wrestling Heavyweight title match, Bruno San Martino versus Buddy Rogers. Guess what? 48 seconds, new Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, Bruno San Martino. Bobo Brazil and Dory Dixon drew. Skullhead Murphy and Brute Bernard, no falls, 18-minute curfew. The Fabulous Kangaroos beat Argentina Apollo and Pete Sanchez, 1 fall, 30 minutes. The Great Mortier beat Great Scott, 8 minutes and 29 seconds. Johnny Barron beat Tim Woods in 11 minutes and 14 seconds. Magnificent Maurice beat Carl Schief for 9 minutes and 53. And Pedro Morales, that's right, he was wrestling in 1963. He beat Willie Bath in 9 minutes and 58 seconds. Pat Barrett beat Gordo Chacuna in 10 minutes and 11 seconds. And that was it. That was May 17th, 1963. That was the big show from Madison Square Garden. And if you went there and paid for that, you got 48 seconds of Bruno San Martino. All right. That was the works of Madison Square Garden, all the things that went on. And I tell you, they were drawing pretty big money back then, Astro Man. A lot of money. A lot of money they're drawing in back then, and the houses were big. In 1963, pick up your moves and move to Beverly. They had it all right here. Let's go back to the couple of more programs we have here. We're going to wrap it up here with a couple more. We got, I believe, okay, this one here is George Steele. Imagine this maniac. He was a maniac. George the Animal Steele. This was in the Pennsylvania area, the arena, 45th Street and Market Street. San Martino, that's right, the world champion from Abruzzo, Italy, and he was the number one contender, was Detroit Destroyer, 275 pounds. That's right, George the Animal Steele. The special attraction, the amazing Victor Rivera from the Puerto Rican champion versus the unbelievable 402 pound super heavyweight Gorilla Monsoon, the Manchurian Giant. Plus the outstanding tag match, Tony Altamori and Captain Lou Albano. He wasn't known as Captain Lou Albano back then. They were known as the Sicilians, and they were wrestling Spero Sarion and Mr. Universe. Plus they had other main preliminary matches, Kentucky Butcher versus Lenny Solomon, Arnold Skolin versus Johnny Rodz, has been around forever, and so hasn't Arnold Skolin, the manager of Bruno Sammartino. And then we had Pete Sanchez against Angelo Savoli, and you believe the ticket price back then, the reservations, you had to put a reservation in for a $2 ticket. $2, $3, $4, and $5. You believe it? You better believe it, because the Boston Bad Boys telling you so. All right, what's the next one? What do we got coming up here? The next one we got the arena. That's what Gorilla Monsoon made it up to the main event against Bruno Sammartino. Then we had Baron Mikel Cicluna against Victor Rivera. Spiros Arion against Rocky Fitzpatrick. Do you know who Rocky Fitzpatrick is? The father, the grandfather of Bob Orton Jr. You know, Bob Orton Jr., Bob Orton Sr., and the grandfather, Rocky Fitzpatrick. Haystack Calhoun versus Bull Ramos. Arnold Skolin always got on all those cards versus Chuck Richards. Angelo Savoli versus Pete Sanchez. Chuck Adcock versus Lenny Solomon, and Johnny Rodz, believe this one, Astro Man, Carlos Colon.
Oh.
Couldn't you believe it? $3, $4, $5, and $6, and that was November 30th at the arena in Pennsylvania. Unbelievable.
El acroba de Puerto Rico, Carlito Colón.
Carlito Colon. All right, we're back here better than ever, and we got some great things, like you said. We have a lot of things that we were doing. I hope you enjoyed them. Puerto Rican champion Pedro Morales against Fiery Fred Blassie. Could you believe that, Matt Classic? From Madison Square Garden. Who's got this footage? Who's the only one that has this footage? Me, it's BBB.
You, Rocky Raymond.
That's right, I was there
the
with
Boston
the camera.
Bat Boy.
There's the camera right there, the Bruno Sammartino cam. And then in the first match, you had Pedro Morales in that Madison Square Garden battle against Fiery Fred Blassie, and then we had him against George the Animal Steele. No one's got this footage, Astro Man, no one. You can't see it. You can only see it where? The memories of the Garden, Boston Garden, Madison Square Garden. Don't forget to watch us. We're on Sunday, 3 p.m. on Channel 8. Don't forget, right here in Saugus, your source of community TV. You can also see these shows after we put them all together. We slap them, we wrap them, we tip them, we tap them. We put them on YouTube. That's right. We got it all going on and all the great things that are happening. You might even see a May Classic of the Boston Bad Boys. You can see it all. All the matches are on YouTube from, I don't know, there's got to be over 200 shows. The best of the Boston Bad Boys. You got the best of the House of Pain. You got the best of everything. You can go down that list. You can watch that wrestling for days and days. And guess what? It's free. You go on YouTube, and if you got YouTube, of course, you got to have the internet. But of course, nothing's for nothing. Come on. This is the day and age. You got to pay a little mazuta for a little mazuta. So, okay, we're going to go back to that Latino American wrestling and some of the things that are going to happen in the summer. We're hoping to get some matches in New Jersey, Providence,
Rhode Island, acá en Boston también, Boston, Massachusetts.
somewhere in Boston, in 3
And
different
then
areas.
we go back to Santo Domingo in January. And I like that you can come with us too, Rocky.
All right, well, okay.
At least you can put your feet in the water. It's hot water there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
At the pool and the jacuzzi, you know.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah.
with it. I'll go for it. A little mamacita.
Mama Juana, they call it Mama Juana.
Mama
That's
Juana.
the drink.
Yeah, Mama Juana.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
well,
the drink, a special drink, Dominican drink.
Okay, I can go for a couple of those. Go for one right now. Well, I tell you, we got all the great things that are going to be happening here in the future of memories from the Boston Garden. Any of you people that are watching the show, we're open to an open. This is community TV down here. You come down here and speak to the higher-uppers, the CEOs, and the guys that are working here. They'd be glad to accommodate you. You can call in and talk to Brian, and if you'd like to get on the shows, if you have some input on memories from the Boston Garden, maybe you were at a particular show that you might want to see. I might have it on Super 8. It might be on, well, it's on DVD now. Of course, everything's been converted, but we can pull a couple of good matches out from the Boston Garden. We go back to Luabano against Bruno. We got some 6-man tags and all sorts of stuff. It's just crazy, all the footage. I got over 10,000 feet of footage from the Boston Garden. Do you believe that there, Astroman?
Yes,
10,000 feet! Unbelievable. And we got a particular person they were updating and bumping it up. I got some stuff I'm going to be showing in the future. We had it done at a particular film house in Boston that enhanced the film. Matter of fact, we're gonna bring it down here next show, and we're gonna put it on the next memories from the Boston Garden. I believe it's Chief Jay Strongbow against superstar Billy Graham, and then the return match in the steel cage. So look for that in the future of memories from the Boston Garden and all the things. Like I said, if you have any kind of input on any kind of shows from the Boston Garden, you want to come on my shows, Memories of the Boston Garden, with me, the Boston bad boy, you want to sit right here where Astro Man is sitting now and Kabitz a little bit, We want a little bupki. We might have a cinnamon and raisin roll in the back, have a little bupki, and talk to you a little bit about the memories of the Boston Garden and days. What are your memories of the Boston Garden? I know you've been in this area for a while.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit some of the shows that you've been at, Astro Man.
Yes, I've been to. First of all, I used to go watch the basketball too with Larry Bird. And at the same time, I see a few shows, when I used to be a kid, at that time. But, I used to, the first time I meet Rocky is in, what's his name, the play right there, the first time I saw you. I forgot the name right now, but this where the Home Depot is, right there.
Oh, the Palace.
Yes, right
Yeah.
there, yes. Yeah, that's the first time I meet you there.
Well, there's a bloody mess.
You're in the main event right there at that time, Rocky.
Yeah, I've always been.
Yeah.
I was the main eventer since my second match. My first match was against Joe Marciano in Beverly Ice Arena, and then my second show at Beverly Ice Arena, they put me and Steve Bourbon, not the drink, Steve Bourbon, the wrestler, against, then they were known as the Gullah Twins, Frank and Joe Gullah.
Yeah.
And again, last show we had that picture of Frank, and we miss him dearly. We think of him daily, and like I said, there's way too many people in my book that are not in my book anymore because they're just not here with us. And a lot of wrestlers that are out there, and they're at their end too, some of them. And as we know, again, Scott Hall, he had a hip operation, and look what it turned into. I mean, he's a guy that did a million different bad things to his body, and then he goes back and he has a hip operation, and he comes down with a blood clot, and before you know it, he's on, life support, and then, it becomes what it becomes. It's awful. But we want to thank everyone that's watching the show, the new show. Again, Sundays, 3:30, I believe. And it's going to be on Sundays at 3:30, somewhere around there. Check it in your book, Channel 8. And don't forget to watch our other shows, too. We got the best of Empire Pro Wrestling, Saturday mornings from 10 to 11. Then we got the one 11 to 12. I don't know how they got it, Legends or the best of, switching, and we got Rachel doing that, the great Rachel in the back putting all the shows up. I want to thank her and all the rest of the crew here at Saugus TV for having us down, and I'm thanking them for doing the help, because, there's a lot of people don't realize these shows, we don't stick them together that easily. You got to, prepare a little bit. I mean, my show's a little more complex with the pictures and stuff like that. And as you see, all the stuff that you've seen on YouTube, don't forget to watch that. It's great to watch over and over again. We got the best of Brittany Brown, 1, 2, and 3, and all the other things too. And I just want to mention this book that I've read. This book is it's called The Hard Way by Don Fargo. Don Fargo, he's basically a real rough shot guy. If anyone knows about pro wrestling, Don Fargo. It's a good book to get, and if you really want to, I got a lot of pictures out of this book on go on YouTube and you Google Rocky Raymond, and there's a show that I did on Don Fargo, and it shows all these pictures in here and all the things that he's done. And I tell you, this is a real funny book to read, and it shows the hard ways, the long trips that they took, the money they made. It weren't like the monies that they're making today, and there was no tribal chief. And no Lugatsu and all that stuff with what they do now over and over again. Broken records with the same. At least there were storylines. They went to different towns. They went to the same town every week and they had to do a different match. They couldn't do the same match over and over again. If you were wrestling a person, you had to change your matches. You couldn't do the same match. You couldn't do 150 clothesline, 200 this. You couldn't sit inside the ring and catch them. You couldn't get in a line of 20 people lined up, hit one guy and you all fall down like you're in a bowling alley. This isn't bowling. No. I guess now it's wrestling entertainment. But in my day, it was professional wrestling.
In my day too. That's my way right now. So that's what we're trying to do in DR. So I want to say shout out to Los Mosqueteros, Ángel Blanco, Caballero Negro, y Lubaná, for the support too, for the
I'll
wrestling.
break their neck, every one of them. You bring them. You bring me to the Dominican Republic.
See, that's me right
You know
there.
what?
And you
I
show
know
Rocky,
that's
you
you.
show.
I know that's you. I know
Yeah,
your red
represent
boots.
the Dominican.
I know your gear. I know you're up in Conway, New Hampshire. I know you won the Battle Royal. I know you come to Thompson Speedway. You beat up the Mountie. I know you did all that stuff. Well, why? And you know why? I booked you. I'm the man behind the pencil.
You're the
I'm
man.
the brains.
That's true.
I'm the brains.
Yeah.
I'm the brains of the organization. Okay, if that's the way it goes, you watch my shows. If you people really want to be a professional wrestler, go. There's 1,900 different schools. There's more schools than there is places to go. Oh, where are they gonna go?
True. That's true.
Where are they gonna go?
Nowhere.
I mean, I know there's a lot of schools. The one in Providence, the one over here. Slick Wagner Brown, Slick Wagner Brown, slick this, slick that, slide down the slide, whack your girlfriend in the mouth, come back to the wrestling school, take someone's money, tell them they're gonna be a wrestler. They don't even buy wrestling boots anymore, right? They have wrestling boots? No boots, no tights, no nothing. I mean, they have gear, but I very rarely, all these kids, those jumping bucks, jumping pucks, they're doing interviews like they're walking up to a bus stop to talk to your friends. Oh, here's your friend. Those aren't interviews. Those aren't getting people in the seats. They're gonna come evidently, but back in my day, you had to get them in the seats. If you didn't get them in the seats, you weren't getting booked. There's no name. I mean, there's no power. You know, like Boston Garden, every month they had a show. Bruno, next month the next one. Bruno, next month the return. Bruno, the next month in the cage. Bruno, the next month the Battle Royal when the winner beats Bruno. It was always a click. It was like a chain. It went up like a chain. Tick, 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 tick. And they were thinking every month where they were going to draw. Now you had a good crowd. You people saw it right here. Dominican Republic, alive and well. We're going to go, and there's a lot of great things going on. We showed it. And who knows, we're going to have Victor come back. We're going to maybe slide a match or two of Astro Man in there from one of his shows. On this show, you might see, we'll slide one in there, no matter what time we got to squeeze and please. But we always want to please you right here at Saugus TV. And like I said, we got the best people here. We got the best people on the controls. We got the best people doing the editing. We got the best people showing you how to do it. They're putting up with me. Damn, I got 2 shows. I hope to do 10 episodes on Memories of the Boston Garden, but we're almost got 2 in the can, and we're going to show you some great things in the future, and hopefully maybe we're looking to do some things here in Saugus or somewhere. You know, I always got an itch over here, or an itch over here, or I got an itch over here. You know, I always want to do a wrestling show, so I always have that little itch. But you know something? You know, they call that scratch. You know, back in my day, you got any scratch? You got to have scratch before the cash. And you got to have money to bring in the things. And who are you going to, you know, we're going to bring you in to defend that Dominican Republic.
We love to go to Lynn, Massachusetts too, bring a show there.
Well,
Rocky.
we're on in Lynn. We're on in Lynn on Lynn TV. You know,
a todos esos fanáticos de la lucha libre.
Thursday nights, Latino Wrestling on Lynn TV.
A todos esos fanáticos de la lucha libre de Lynn, Massachusetts. Pónganse en contacto con Rocky Raymond para que traer los eventos de lucha libre profesional acá en Lynn.
Yeah, we're down there with Carlos down there. He's got them on Channel 8 and Lynn on Thursday nights, I believe. You can check the listing, but also YouTube. YouTube's a big thing. You can see it here on YouTube. And then they bounce them off, whether it be in Lynn. We got our friend down there, Malden Trey, the old smooth operator. Smile like my peanut butter, smooth. You know him. Everybody knows the smooth operator. And he's down there in Malden. He's doing some stuff down there working. And he grabbed a great job along the way. He got smart. He didn't want to do wrestling anymore. Got a real job. And he's down there in Malden. We're on in Malden. We're trying to get on in Everett with Patrick. I believe we're on in Salem. And we're on in Lynn, Salem, and Revere, Saugus, and who knows where else we're on. Once you get on YouTube, who knows who could be watching it? Who knows? Putin might be watching it for all we know. You know what I'm saying? You know, maybe Biden went away. Maybe, someone's getting gas right now, and they got it on YouTube, and they're saying, hey, let me watch a little of that EPW.
We're going to give a gas card to people, Rocky?
Yeah, gas card. They're going to give you more than... I went to get gas the other day. My car fainted. I put the thing in, and my car fainted. Hey, we're right here at Saugus TV, baby. Hey, get your grandmother out of the kitchen, get your sister off the phone, and get your brother off those chat lines. That's right. Saturday, we got a big show coming up, a new one. Memories from the Boston Garden with promoter Ray Ford and who? The Boston Bad Boy. That's right. You can watch it right there with me and Astro Man. He may show up every now and then too. It's going to be on TV Saturday morning. It's the new one. See the classics from the Madison Square Garden, a Boston Garden, all the garden, your sister's garden. We got it all right here at Saugus TV. So be there. Say a couple of words to our Spanish-speaking friends.
Check it out, Rocky Raymond. Recuérdate siempre, hay que chequear este programa porque Rocky Raymond está haciendo este show para ti y para mí. Don't forget that.
Buenas noches, chachas. They asked me for the bill. I said, well. We got the great prices here, Angelo's in Saugus. It's not too bad, I guess. Thank God I only live up the street. I can actually walk here. Either that, I call Brian up, come pick me up. Brian. All right, we're right here. We're wrapping it here. We're tapping it here. We're doing all the great things. We're fitting them. We're snipping them. We're doing it all. We want to thank everyone from Saugus, YouTube, all around that's watching us. We want to thank all the people for watching Memories of the Boston Garden with promoter Abe Ford. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rocky. Appreciate it.
All right.